Hello everyone. Hope everyone's doing okay. My name is Tung Dang. This is IELTS Face Off. Few dogs in the world are as famous as Laika, also known as the Soviet space dog. She was forever immortalized as not only the first dog, but also the first animal to orbit the Earth. But this very accomplished canine space traveler actually had humble beginnings. She was actually a stray dog that was rescued in Moscow. Every day, countless dogs are left out on the street without food or shelter, braving the brutalities of the elements and sometimes humans. And that's the reason why I truly believe dog rescue centers to be the patron saints of the animal world. They give stray dogs food, shelter, and hopefully an owner. So in this episode of IELTS on the Go, we're going to follow the inimitable Nguyễn Lâm Thảo Tâm to learn what life is like for rescue animals at one of these establishments and the work that goes into this noble cause. We will, of course, be accompanied by our trusty friend Elsa Speak, the unique artificial intelligence app that helps you perfect your English pronunciation 24/7. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of IELTS Face Off, and today I am on the go again. I've just come back from my trip to Tây Nguyên, to the mountains, and I'm back in Ho Chi Minh City. And today is a very special episode to me personally, and of course to all animal lovers, because today we're at Ho Chi Minh City's very own animal rescue in Bình Chánh. And today I also have another host that I have to introduce to you guys, and his name is Kim. He's right over there.
Hey guys, my name is Kim. I'm 18 and I'll be your new host this season. This is my very first time being on IELTS Face Off, and also the very first time I visit a pet rescue center. So do you love dogs?
I love dogs so much, and it's honestly breaking my heart to see all of these adoptable, lovable creatures lying around, but they're having fun. Albeit a bit loud. So,
yeah, forgot to mention, today we're joined by a very lovely guest, which is
Yun.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Yun, and today I'm so excited to be here on IELTS on the Go with Tom and Kim.
Okay, let's stand up for a bit. And Juan, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
As I mentioned earlier, my name is Yun. I'm 20 years old, and currently I'm a junior at Saigon University, majoring English language teaching. And yeah, and today I'm a guest here in IELTS on the Go.
So, how did you know about IELTS Face Off?
I watch on TV, but most of the time I watch it on YouTube.
Right. So, do you like dogs?
I do, but my mom just doesn't let me have one. Even though I wish I could have one.
So today is going to be a very
exciting
borderline, overwhelming experience with dogs.
with dogs.
Yeah, we're really gonna be with every single animal possible, because we have dogs, we have cats, we have turtles, we have birds.
And weasels.
Yeah, weasels too. In this rescue. So stick around and follow us through today on the Go. Before we talk about our journey with dogs here today, we're going to be talking about Huan's journey with English, because this is, after all, an English-speaking show. Yeah. So can you tell me a bit about your current school and your major, which is English, right?
As I introduced, I am currently studying at Saigon University, and my major is English language teaching. So it means I'm going to be a teacher of English in the future.
Right.
So when did you first grow a passion for English?
Actually, I grew my passion for English when I was in primary school. I don't know, it just comes, and you don't know why. So it's really hard for me to explain why I have a passion for English.
So ever since primary school, so you started learning at what grade? Grade 1?
When I was 8 years old, so it was grade 2.
Grade 2, grade 3. Yep. So I genuinely think you have such a good pronunciation of the language. So do you have any tips for that?
Actually, it was a long story because I was just focused on developing my English speaking skill like when I was in high school. So it was kind of a very long story, but I'll summarize it with 3 words.
Right.
Listening, mimicking, and practicing. So you just keep listen, and then you mimic what the foreign English native speakers say, and then you practice it.
Right.
That's
a very
just
good.
cool.
You have to do it like repeatedly for many times. And actually, like it took me 2 years. Yeah.
Right. 2 years to perfect your pronunciation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
And they changed my accent a lot.
What is the biggest difference between university and high school, do you think?
Wow, that is a big difference. Like university is not is something totally different from high school. So it requires you a lot, especially the self-studying skills. So you have to have that, so you can survive in university. That's it.
Yeah, I've just spent 1 semester in my uni and still having a hard time fitting in.
Actually, in my first 2 years of university, I did struggle a lot because new environment, new people, I couldn't fit into the environment, and I couldn't make any friends. But lately, I think I'm getting better.
Right. Thank you very much for your great advice. And we're going to segue into the stories about our dogs here today, so stick around for that too. Right, so we're gonna be talking about the stories of this animal rescue. So to start off, do you know anything about animal rescues in Ho Chi Minh City and in Vietnam?
Actually, I don't, because I don't think it's common here right now.
Yeah, so have you ever taken care of disabled animals before?
I haven't.
So what do you think would be the difficulties of taking care of stray dogs and disabled animals?
I think the first thing would be cost, because the money spent on them must be very a lot. It needs a huge amount of money, and the second is the manpower. I mean, the volunteers. So not everyone wants to stay here and take care of the dog because they have other things to do.
So do you have an intention of adopting one in the future?
Even mom allow me.
As after today. Right. Okay, so this boy right here is a very special dog, and I heard you talking to the owner a bit about this dog right here. So can you tell us a bit about his story?
He was named Hen for a reason. So Hen in English it means lucky.
Lucky.
So the story of his survival is also kind of a bit lucky. So in the past, his back legs were chopped by somebody, and when he was found, he was lying on a
Full of blood.
full of blood, and then people saw him and they rescued him. But the most hard thing to take care of him and rescue him was he was so aggressive. He would attack anybody that wanted to come closer to him, and it took quite a long time for him to be calm, more calm, and yeah, that's why. So this is him here right now.
And she is a very lucky girl to have survived that. What do you have? What are your initial thoughts after hearing that story, Hugh?
I don't think that what kind of human would do that to him, to her. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this place is a place where volunteers take their time and effort to bring these stray animals and abandoned animals into their care. And there are so many animals here. There are dogs, cats, birds, turtles, and even
Weasels. We have
Weasels.
weasels.
I saw a pig there.
and there's a pig over
and
there
groundhogs.
too.
And groundhogs.
Yeah, groundhogs too. So, so many animals, and they're all in Ho Chi Minh City. What do you think about people who voluntarily give their time to such a great cause?
I think they are amazing. Everybody has to do their things, and those people must be busy, but they also can make time for them. So I think they are amazing, especially the owner here.
You want to join them someday? You want to join them someday?
Yeah, maybe if I have time. But sure, I'll. Yeah, sure, for sure.
I'm definitely gonna have to visit them again because I am falling in love.
So, I am very pleased to welcome our new IELTS on the Go host, Mr. Thiện Khiêm. And like all newcomers, he's going to be subjected to the dreaded IELTS on the Go challenge. And let's find out what we have in store for him.
So, can you tell me a bit about the area we're currently walking through?
So we know that there's a rescue centers. So basically they rescue animals of any kinds in many different locations. So back in the time, because there was a lot of volunteers, so they were able to, rescue animals in other provinces. They can travel to other provinces to rescue the animal. But now there are only like 3 of them in the center because all the volunteers are just left because for their own reasons. So now they just could be able to rescue the dogs and cats. I mean, like the stray animals here in Saigon.
Right. So it must be very challenging to upkeep such a chaotic environment, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I think it's only fair that our guest and our very new host here today is also faced with a challenge because we must share the burden, right? And the challenge, Kim is also ready.
I'm more than ready.
Is going to be to hold that baby right over there on your arm, right? How are we feeling right now?
It's a little bit too tough for my very first time here, but I'll give it a try.
Go, 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 go.
Oh my god. It's my first time holding such a creature. Have you
She
ever?
looks very shy, but I'm sure she's gonna warm up to you.
Yeah.
Aww, such a sweet child. How do you feel right now?
It's a little bit strange. Yeah. But I feel something in this glove.
Okay, so how about we put her down and we'll check out that glove.
Let's find out. So I'm gonna put her back and we'll find out what I've got in this glove.
Right.
So I'm gonna just find out. Tom, help me open it.
Oh, wait, before I open it, I think I know what this is. Do you know what this is?
It's a challenge, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge for our guest, Huân, today, and let's see what the challenge is.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, so it's going to be a word. And I think the challenge that you will have today is to read this word out for us.
Wow, it's not familiar to me at all. All right, but I'll try. Altruism.
Okay.
Am I correct?
That's a very good try.
We'll
but
check it.
We will check it definitely. And while I am pulling up this app, I have a friend that I would like to introduce you to, and her name is Elsa Speak. Okay, so the word is as so, and can you read this word into the machine for me, please?
Altruism.
Let's see our score. Excuse me.
Altruism.
Okay, we have a 55% score currently, and a very cool feature of Elsa is that they analyze your pronunciation down to the very nuances of the sound. So when you press over here, you can see the reasons why you haven't reached a full 100% score. And also, well, that is going to be our challenge for the day. And congratulations, you have got through it.
Even though I'm not feeling so proud.
But you can always download and try again later. So thank you guys so much for accompanying us on another episode of On The Go. And we'll see you on
Right
more
back.
of IELTS Face Off, yeah?
On the next episode on Wednesday.
Yeah, also, maybe we'll see you soon. Bye.
Well, it has been fascinating to learn about the life of rescue dogs, and I truly hope that each and every one of those animals will find an owner that truly cares for them. And I cannot think of a more befitting word for this episode, altruism. Guys, let's be altruistic. You guys can explore all the family words of altruism on the Elsa Speak app. Now, this is truly a revolutionary technology because not only will it give you instant feedback on your pronunciation, it also acts as a dictionary. And this is a very special dictionary because you can practice pronunciation instantaneously as you look up each entry. So take advantage, you guys. Download the Elsa Speak app, give it a try, let us know how you're enjoying the app, and send us a screenshot so we know that you're progressing. Until next time, my name is Tung Dang, and I'll see you guys in IELTS Expert momentarily.
My name is Talina. I'm sophomore in University Language and International Study. And now I want to share with you about my story about the thing I dare to do. This is the dyeing my hair into the purple without my mom's permission. I decided to dye my hair by my own money with my part-time jobs as teaching assistant and an English tutor. And I think it's really important point in my life because it makes me feel more comfortable, more confident, and I decided to break the rules and just show off my personality.
Welcome back to the IELTS Face Off Nightly Show. This is IELTS Expert, and I'm very happy to welcome back our resident IELTS expert, Miss Mel Hobinson. Hey! How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
How have you been since season 4?
Oh, really good. It's so nice to be back.
All right, so as we can see, there's a real nice video, adorable video of a rescue dog farm. Have you had any experience with rescuing animals?
Absolutely. I've
really?
fostered several cats over the years.
Several cats? Wow.
Yes, I try to if I possibly can.
Okay.
And the last one was just last year.
Okay. So what do you like about stray cats that you rescued?
I think just that they all have the potential to be wonderful pets.
Okay.
Sometimes they can be a little bit nervous or scared. And for example, the last one that I took in was just a baby, a very, very small kitten. And because I have 2 older cats, the older cats help the little one to learn how to be a cat.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
Lovely. Okay, so let's see today's trivia, IELTS trivia. Let's see what skill it's going to be on. I think it's this, it's regarding the writing skill. Will I be penalized for copying a sample essay to use in the exam? Okay, so obviously using sample essays is a pretty popular practice among learners. You see a lot of samples on the internet with vocabulary highlights, streaks of yellow dotted around the sample essay. It's really popular. So let's see what the viewers think. Okay, obviously the answer is no. You have to use original work. Can you maybe expound on this a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember that 25% of the marks in IELTS are for task response. It's very, very unlikely that the sample essay will exactly answer the question that you're trying to do. It might be the same topic, but it won't be the same answer.
It's going to be reworked.
It's got to be reworked. So if you just reproduced an essay that didn't completely answer the question, you're not going to be able to score a band 6. That's the first thing. The second thing is that examiners are very experienced in knowing a copied essay, even to the point that we will check to see if an essay has been memorized and copied. I think it's absolutely fine to memorize useful phrases. You should do that. Yeah. It's really great to memorize a structure, something that works for you. And I always recommend students have a small bank of phrases that are their go-to phrases to start an essay, to finish an essay, linking words, so you're not panicking.
A repertoire,
absolutely,
so to speak.
Absolutely. Go to your favorites. That's absolutely fine. But don't copy the whole thing. You're not going to do well in the end.
So now we have to move on to the speaking skill. Right? So on the show, we have a section called Voice of the Week. And there's a candidate, and you go in to examine him in a simulation, an abridged simulation speaking test. So you ready for this week's candidate?
So ready.
Okay, let's find out who they are.
Hello everyone, my name is Yi, and today I'm gonna take you through a food tour to my hometown, which is Bạc Liêu province. It is actually in the end of our country. It's just next to Cà Mau. Yeah, it's very far, I know. So let me introduce to you my favorite dish in my hometown, which is bún xào nem nướng.
All right, so have you had any experience with the Bạc Liêu staple that he mentioned?
I've never tried it.
Oh, really?
I think I'm going to have to try some more Vietnamese dishes in the next year or two. I'm still stuck on bún chả. I love bún chả.
Okay, I think it is a pretty close permutation of bún chả.
Great.
All right, so let's see how he fares in the IELTS speaking test, shall we?
Let's do it. Hello, Zui. Welcome to the speaking test. Let's start with part 1. How many languages do you speak?
Since I was at university, I've been aiming to become a polyglot, as I'm a language geek. It means that I've studied 3 languages so far, one of which is my mother tongue, the Vietnamese, and the other 2 are English and Chinese. And after I got to study foreign linguistics for a period of time, I also realized that I seem to have a knack for studying languages, and that even made me more enthusiastic to have a crack at another one in the future. I think maybe after I got to have a good command of both English and Chinese. Yeah, there's still a long way to go, but I will give it my best try.
Now we'll turn to part 2. You'll be given a topic and you'll have 1 minute to prepare. Describe a house you would like to live in. You should say what it would look like, where it would be, who would live in it, and explain how you think you might feel living in this house.
Okay, so today I'm going to share with you a brief description about an ideal house that I would like to live in. Firstly, as I'm a minimalist, I would love my house not to be too big, but it should be large enough to place on the mat cans. And I'm currently living in a terraced house, which is quite suitable for my dream. However, a detached house is something that I'm always long for. You know, having your own house designed is a much better feeling, right? Next one, thinking about its positions. I want to make my house in the downtowns. However, uptown houses are quite affordable for me, and it's also, yeah, this one is still in consideration. Okay, now let's visit my house. There would be a small garden in front of the house, or if it is not possible due to my budget, I will make it on my terrace. When you first enter the house, there will be a small living room with a comfortable sofa so that me and my friend can sit or lie on it. Next one, there will be a double room for my guests or my beloved family to give me a visit, and 2 single rooms for me and my mom to stay in if she want to stay with me. Yeah. And I will put a TV inside my bedroom because that's the place where I stay the most after work. About the kitchen, as I'm not into cooking, I think I will make it small and tidy. There should be a refrigerator and some necessary cooking tools. What else? Okay, the last thing is the bathroom. My bathroom should be quite spacious because that's the place I chase my singing dream. Okay, so in short, my house is perfect for me because there's not many things inside, and that will give me ease of cleaning. Moreover, I will make my house soundproof because I would rather my voice didn't disturb the neighbors.
Thank you. Let's move on to part 3. In this part, I'd like to discuss with you a few more questions linked to the Part 2 topic. What kind of houses do most Vietnamese people prefer to live in?
From my point of view, detached houses would be the first option for most of the Vietnamese people, as we all want privacy, and also Vietnamese people sing karaoke a lot, so we don't want a lot of people around us. However, I think recently the younger generation has shifted their interest into buying condos in a building complex. This is because the real estate market has become much expensive throughout time, especially in the big cities like Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi. And the rated options at the moment is to buy a house that is spacious enough for a family without much redundant space. Yeah, therefore, to buy an apartment is becoming an inevitable choice.
Thank you, Zui. That's the end of the speaking test.
All right, so that was a really strong performance. What do you like about his answers?
The lexical resource was fantastic.
Really
His
stood out.
range of vocabulary was absolutely wonderful. He sounded very, very fluent in that sense.
He definitely gave me the impression that you could throw any topic at him and he could speak about it at length.
I think so, and he was very calm and very confident, although maybe I'd suggest a little bit more of a smile.
Okay, so it's not something that is explicitly included in the marking criteria, but you do advise candidates to be more relaxed.
I would, because with this particular candidate, where he could improve is with pronunciation. And I've certainly realized that when candidates smile, it relaxes them a little bit more, and they're more likely to slip into natural connected speech. So rather than pronouncing real estate as he did, he'd say real estate. It'd be a little bit easy, sound more fluent, and he'll score higher for pronunciation.
I think in addition to like the topic-specific vocabulary, I particularly liked his Part 2 answer for the way that he expanded the ideas. He wasn't just giving information, about where his house would be, but he did a little comparison, between downtown and uptown, and I thought that was a really nice strategy that a lot of the viewers at home can learn from. Yeah. So what are some of the things that he could improve?
I think he should be careful about falling into the trap of being too descriptive. When he was talking about his house, he described several different rooms. But when you're describing a room, you're using more simple vocabulary and tending to stick with the present simple tense.
Okay.
So I think I would have encouraged him to talk more about bigger ideas about his house, the aesthetic he was trying to achieve, rather than what's in the kitchen, what's in the dining room, what's in the living room.
Okay.
So describing one room would have been enough.
So don't get too granular in terms of the details. All right, so thank you, Mel, for the really insightful comments. I think he can learn a lot from that to prepare for the test. And I think he's going to do exceptionally well.
I think so too.
Yeah. So remember, guys, you can vote for Zui at the end of this season for our Voice of the Year competition. And Zui will get a chance to go to Sydney on an all-expenses-paid trip to visit Macquarie University.
Answers to the world's biggest questions are out there. When you connect with another and another, things just... That's you, to the power of us. It's a human equation that puts you at the heart of everything we do. It means knocking down the walls that limit us. So you can talk to an archaeologist, an artist, a radiographer, to look in the past for the answers of tomorrow. It means letting the ideas out of your head so others can shape them and run with them. To make a surfer invisible, to make retirement living decisions simple, to have a fish teach us to cure motor neuron disease. It means together we can make a synthetic yeast help billions. And it means that working with them lets her hear you. Because when you're powered by our collective, you become more than just you. You become you to the power of us. Macquarie University.
Well, I hope it has been a wonderful episode for you guys. Personally, for me, I thought the trip to the rescue center was equal parts uplifting and educational. And I think we can all agree that Kim did a sterling job for his IELTS on the Go debut. I think we can also learn a ton from our test candidate and our IELTS expert, especially with regards to sentence stress. Remember guys, work on those stresses. And that's it guys, my name is Tung Dang and until next time.